Hello everyone, welcome back. And today's tutorial is we are going to learn how to delete the records from a text file. So in my previous tutorial we have learned how to update the record, right? We had made some changes into the record, and then again we wrote that particular record into the file. So in this tutorial we are going to learn how to delete records from a text file. Okay, and also we're going to implement a complete program for creating records, reading the records, updating records, and displaying the records. So as you can see, I've just made the first letter as capital and bold. That is because such an operation, normally we call it as a CRUD operation over here. So if you're using a database software like a DBMS software, so when we have these operations like creating a record or creating a row, reading records, updating and displaying records, we call that as a CRUD operation. But we are not using any DBMS software out here. We are using a simple text file, and with the help of the text file we are actually creating records, and we're just storing the records, and we are reading the records from the text file, updating the records and displaying the record. But it is normally called as the CRUD operation. Okay, so without wasting time, we will learn how to delete the records from a text file. Now this is the code that I implemented in my previous tutorial, by which we were updating a record from a text file. And if you come to this particular video without understanding how to update the record, so it's my request, so you can just go back to my previous video and learn how to update the record, and then you can come back to this video. Okay, so you will understand where I've implemented this entire code in my previous video. So you can just go through that video and then come back, and then you will understand what exactly is happening out here. So those who are aware of how we have updated the records, so this was the code that we implemented. Now for deleting the record, this particular code will be the same. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to copy this entire code, open a new file, and I will just paste that. Okay, so what we are doing in updating the record, we are actually asking the user to enter a roll number, and then we are searching that roll number into that text file, that is student.txt. And once we find that particular record, and we are asking for the new data, that is enter the roll number, name, class, section, and then we are writing that onto the file. Now the writing part we are actually doing in a temp file, if you can remember, and this student.txt we are only using it for reading. So basically we create a new file, that is a temp.txt, and we write all the records one by one into this temp file, including the record that requires the updation. And then what we do is, outside the loop, we actually delete the file, that is student.txt, but the data we have collected into temp.txt, and then we rename this file as student.txt. So this is how the operations we had performed. So for deleting the record, we will require the same logic. The only difference that we need to do is we don't need to update any record out here, isn't it? This we don't require, and all we need to do is the roll number that matches. So we will actually, what we will do, enter the roll number to search or to delete, isn't it? So basically I will give the message like enter the roll number to delete, and the user will give a particular roll number that I want to delete from the text file. So basically we will what condition we will apply out here is simply not equal to roll number. Now that is because we are not concerned with this roll number, and we are not going to even check whether this roll number exists or not. That is because we are just going to write all the data from that student.txt. We are going to read it, and the condition that we are going to apply is not equal to roll number. So this, what we'll do is, we don't require this updation part also, so I'll just remove this, and that's it. Okay, so what is happening over here is we will be writing all the records into this temp file, okay, one by one. And if any roll number matches with this, for example, let us just have that text file. Okay, this was the previous and this one is the new. Okay, I'll just open the student.txt just to show what we are going to do. So this is the file. Now for example, if I want to delete this 78, okay, so with this condition you can see if roll number is 78, so I'll compare that with the I will read that data and compare it one by one. So first thing that I will compare is 23, so it is not equal to 78, so I will write that into the temp file. And then what I will do is I will read 24, and then again that I will write into the temp file. Then 78, now 78, this condition actually becomes false because this allows 0 when we will read this particular record, so this will be equal to roll number, so this will skip this particular if statement, isn't it? So we are skipping that particular write statement. So this function, this particular statement, I mean to say it, we are not going to write into this temp file. And then again the last record will be written into the temp file as the roll number is 67. So one by one we are going to write the records, only we are going to skip that particular record which we want to delete. So this is how we perform the delete operation. So what I'm going to do now is just I'm going to run this program, and the data that I will give is 78. Let me just save this. Okay, and now let us just give the roll number 78, and now we will just check, open the file that is student.txt, and we will see here it is, right? See, there was 78, the record over here. Now we have deleted that record. How did we delete? It's just that I started reading record by record, and the match, whenever I find the match, we are not going to write that particular record onto this file, right? Although if you technically speak, we are just writing the records in a temp file and then we rename that as student.txt. Okay, so this is how we can easily delete a record from a text file. Okay, now that we have implemented almost all the features, like we created a student record, we updated that, we displayed it, not in a very proper fashion, but we know how to just read the records and just display the way we want. We can just do it, and we also learn how to delete the record. Now what we will do is we will implement a complete program that will perform all the operations. So what I'm going to do is just import this into a new file, not even this, I'll just close this one. Okay, and I'll just open a new file, and let us just implement the whole new program. So I just require, okay, one by one we will just go. Now how to implement that is, the first thing that we require is a while loop, and while I say that is ch is equal to, if I give like s, okay, and over here I say ch not equal to q, or ch not equal to capital Q. Okay, now just come to know why I'm doing this, and then we will provide a menu to the user, that is print, and we will say, we give a slash n over here, enter, oh sorry, we will give like create. Okay, so this will basically create the student record, and this is for reading, so I won't give a slash n out here because we are going to come to the next line anyway. So reading the record, okay, or displaying the record, you can say. Okay, and then one more statement, that is updating the record. So updating the record, and one more option that we will provide is the, okay, that is deleting the record. Okay, delete record. Okay, you can give some proper messages, and then we are going to accept the input from the user. Okay, just I forgot is giving the numbers to this, that is, this is 1, this is 2, 3, and 4. So this is the complete CRUD operation, that is CRUD, that is a CRUD operation. And then I say enter enter your choice to the user, right? So user will enter a choice and we will collect that into CH. So if I'll just give a message out here, Q to quit. Okay, so if he wants to quit this menu, he can just enter Q. So the moment he gives Q, so that is going to this condition is going to go false, the while condition, and then we will come outside the loop. Okay, and this I will close it this way. So this will go on. Now for example, if he enters, I know, or okay, let us give it this way. Now what if he gives 1, right? So we will give a condition like ch int of ch. Okay, int of ch, try to convert that. Okay, so this basically if you give some long text or something, so maybe this thing will not work. So we will just implement another logic is we'll just accept this as an integer value. Okay, and let us just accept this as integer value. And okay, there's something went wrong out here, that is q. Okay, and over here that I need to give, okay, that's perfect, and this thing I need to remove. Okay, so one by one, for example, if ch is equal to 1, and I'll just give pass, then if ch is equal to 2, okay, if ch is equal to 3, and then if ch is equal to 4. So we can just change this logic. What we will do is we'll just give this as true, so this will be a infinite loop. And what I'm going to do is give one more option over here, that is 5. We can do it that way also, but at this point, just to keep things very simple, so I'll just give one more option, that is exit. So if the user gives ch is equal to 5, so in that case I'm going to break the loop and come outside the loop, isn't it? And then for ch is equal to 1, that is create record. So for this we need to code. Now for creating the record, so what we need to do is, let's go back to our previous file, that is updating record. So I'll just collect this whole thing, okay, and copy this and come to the new file over here and just paste it over here. Okay, I'll just paste it over here, and I'll just make the indentation right. Okay, and then, but before doing that, I need to open the file that is in the append mode. So one by one I'll just do this. Okay, we are here, so I'll just open it over here, that is in A+ mode. Okay, A+ mode, and this is W. As you can see, my name of my file handler is fh _w, right? And then I just need to _w dot close. So I just need to close this file. So this will perform the right operation, that is creating a record. Okay, and just give a print over here, just to give a space when the things get displayed to the user. Okay, so this will create the operation. Now before going ahead and implementing the other options, first we'll just run this code and see that everything is working fine or not. Okay, so let us just run this code, and I hope everything goes fine. If not, we will just reprogram it. So simple, if everything is achievable. Okay, track the logical error and just do it again. So I'm not going to give any cue, this message is not appropriate out here, but I'll just go for the option 1. Okay, and then it says roll number, I give 78 or 79 this time, and name I can give as maybe Nitin, class as 5, section as A. Okay, and you can see again it displayed this record. Why? Because we are inside this while loop. So if I give the option 5, so the option 5 will actually break the loop, isn't it? Now let us just open this file, that is student.txt, and see whether we have done the performed the right operation or not. So here it is. This is the record that we have just recently entered, or we recently created. So it's working. So everything is working fine. Again, if I give the same option, that is number 1 out here, again it will ask for me the data for that particular student, and then we will write that data onto the file. So this operation is performing perfectly. Now we will implement the next option, that is option 2, that is reading the record. So reading the record is also, we just need to copy paste this thing, that is we will ask for the the roll number from the user, and if it matches, we just need to display that, isn't it? So I'll just copy this much of the code and come to, okay, where is my new file? That is crud.py. This is crud.py, and I just need to paste it over here, right? And I just won't need to make this indentation right. This is inside the loop. Okay, okay, this is outside the loop. Okay, so we copied this much. That's it. So if we find it, now this we have used the split function. So if you are not aware of the split function, how it works, so in my previous tutorial I have taught this, how this works, and then we are going to split with that particular the tilt character, and then we are going to have our fields, the units from that particular record, and then we are going to compare that with the roll number. If we find this roll number, okay, then we are going to display the record. So displaying the record, we can do it this way, like I can say print that is roll number, and then I can say L of 0. Okay, just copy this. Again I repeat, if you have come to this particular video without watching my previous video, so it's my request to just go through my previous videos where I have taught everything, how to use this split function, how to create record, how to update record, delete record, and now in this particular tutorial we are just assembling those codes into one particular program. Okay, so if you're not aware of this, just go to my previous video and then come back to this, and then I will say this as 1, 2 and 3. So over here I can say this is a name, and this is the class, okay, and this is the section. So as you can see, L of 0 will have the roll number, L of 1, that is the index value, will have the name of the student, this will have the class, and this will have the section. And the one thing that we need to do is we need to open this file into the read mode. So I'll just copy this and paste it over here, and I just need to open this file in read mode. That's it. And that is fh_w. So over here I need to give the same name, right? And everything looks fine. So let us just run this code and check the output. There's indentation problem. Okay, I just need to make this right. That is if over here, and this goes over here. Okay, just a minute. Looks fine. Now just let us run this, and I will simply give reading the record. So reading the record, if it is asking for a roll number, maybe I just give the new record. I don't remember the previous roll numbers what I gave, so I'll just give the recently entered, that is 79, and 79, as you can see, it is displaying the complete record, that is 79, Nitin, 5 and A. Let us just open that file and check. That is a text file, and here is my student.txt. So that is 79, you can see. So we have 23, 24 and 67. Okay, let us give one more time, that is 2, and I give 23, and you can see it displayed the record for 23 out here, isn't it? So it's working fine. And then what we're going to do is last two options, that is updating the record. So I have this complete program for updating the record. I'll just copy this this entire code and I just need to paste it over here, isn't it? And just I need to make the indentation right. Okay, this and I'll just make the indentation right. Okay, this should be fine, I guess. Perfect. I hope everything works fine. So everything has been done. OS. Okay, I don't need to. This is already implemented, imported over here. So fine. Let us just run this. And this time, what we will do is we will just update the record that is roll number 23, and let us have this as roll number 12. Okay. Name is Ms. Dhananjay, right? And class is 6 and A. Okay, so it did not throw any error, so it did not throw any error. So let us just go and check it. I'll just come out of this loop and I'll just open this file student.txt, and let us see that is roll number 23 now became roll number 12 and the name became Dhananjay, class 6 and A. That is working absolutely fine, isn't it? And then the last operation which we have just learned in this particular tutorial, how to delete a file. So let us go to the name that is del.py. That's the name of the program that I gave. Just copy this and copy and paste it. Okay, just copy and paste this in the option that is 4. Okay, and just I need to select this and just give a tab. That's it. And then option 5. So everything is looking fine. Now one by one we will just run this program. So you saw how we assembled all that code. So we implemented the complete CRUD operation. So for example, deleting a record, if I say delete 12, and we can give the messages like, okay, the record deleted successfully. So we can give appropriate messages to the user. And let me just end this program and check whether the file that is student.txt has actually deleted the file. And you can see just now we recently updated, that is Dhananjay roll number 12, and that particular record got deleted. So we are actually able to run all the operations, that is the CRUD operation, that is create, reading, create, read, update and delete. Okay, so one by one again, if I create record, roll number I can give as 56, name I can give as Jack, and class 4A, right? And I can display the record, the same record that I entered, that is 56. So let us read the same record. So 56, and here it is, it displayed the record. And then again I can display maybe maybe updating the record, right? So updating the record, if I give again 56 and I change the name, keep the roll number as same, and I will change the name as Lennox and class as 4 and A. And now let us read it again, that is 56, and you can see we have changed that particular record. So everything is working absolutely fine. So this is how you can implement the complete CRUD operation, that is reading, creating, updating and deleting the records. Okay, bye for now.